Good morning, grade 7, how is going? I'm talking with you now from our lovely school, from HIS, Hussein International School. And today, let's start our new session, Chapter 10, the basic units of life, Section 1, diversity of cells. And you can use the green interactive book, page 195. We'll complete the second part. So we'll identify what are the two kinds of cells. Number 2, differentiate between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, and differentiate between bacteria and archaea. Illustrate why are cells so small. So, at the beginning, we'll start with quick check. Who was the first person to discover cells? Who was the first person who discovered the cell? So, if you know the answer, just raise your hand. Ahmed?
Robert Hooke.
Great job, Robert Hooke. So, what is the cell? Number 2, what is the cell? Who knows the answer? What is the cell? What's the meaning of cell? Raise your hand if you know the answer. Another one. Abdul Rahman. Ahmed Abdul Halim. Ahmed.
Yes.
Good morning,
Is
Ahmed.
the smallest? Good morning.
Yes, cell.
Is the smallest unit that can perform all the function for life.
Yes, the smallest unit.
All functions necessary.
Yes, great job. Thank you so much, Ahmed. So, the cell is the smallest unit that can perform or can do all functions necessary for life. Okay. And let's start new question. Who looked at different types of cells? After Robert Hooke, scientists came and looked for different types of cells. Who is this? Yes, if you know, raise your hand. Adam? Yes, Adam.
Yes.
Yes. Who's the name of this scientist?
Robert Hooke.
No, after Robert Hooke, scientists came and looked at different types of cells like bacteria, like blood,
Anton
yeast.
van.
Yes. Yes, Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Great job, Adam. Number 4, what are the 3 common parts of cells? What are the 3 common parts of cells? Where is Khalid? Khalid.
Here.
Yes, what are the 3 common parts?
Cell membrane, genetic material, and organelles.
Yes, cell membrane, number 2, genetic material, and organelles. Thank you so much. Okay. What are the 2 kinds of cells? So let's start our session by what are the 2 kinds of cells. As we know that we have 2 kinds of cells, which are prokaryotic cells, again, prokaryotic cells, and they are cells without nucleus. So they are cells without nucleus inside it. It's called prokaryotic cells. And we have eukaryotic cells, those with nucleus. So what's the difference between prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells? Like this picture, in prokaryotic cell, we have no nucleus. While in eukaryotic cell, we can find the nucleus at the center of the cell. So, quick check, you can open page 195. Question number 6. Compare what is one way prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells differ. What is one way prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells differ? They are different in what? Yes? Ahmed Abdul Halim?
The prokaryotic cells are cells without nucleus, but the
Yes.
eukaryotic cells, those have nucleus.
Yes, thank you, Ahmed. Well done. So here, prokaryotic cell, they are cells without nucleus, while eukaryotic cells, those with a nucleus, like this picture. Okay. And what are prokaryotes? Let's start with prokaryotes and know more about prokaryotes. A prokaryote is an organism made of one cell. So the organism, the whole organism consists of just one cell. And this cell, by its name, called prokaryotic cell. Okay? Number two, without nucleus, as we said. And we have types like bacteria and archaea. Okay? So we have two examples for prokaryotic cells, bacteria, the picture of bacteria, and this picture for archaea. And you can see that they are maybe similar or closely to each other, okay, because they are, both of them, prokaryotic cells. But the difference between them, we'll know more about them. Let's start with bacteria, okay? The most common prokaryotes, so the most common or spreading prokaryotes in nature, which is bacteria, and the singular bacterium. So bacteria for plural, while singular name for bacteria is bacterium. The smallest known cell, the smallest known cells, okay, and live everywhere. You can see bacteria in soil, in water, even in your body, on your skin, okay, inside your digestive system, between your teeth. So you can see bacteria everywhere. And this is the structure of bacteria. You can see here flagella and flagella. They use flagella for movements, okay? Use it for movement and consists of cell wall from outside, okay? And this form called capsule, forming like capsule shape. And we have here ribosomes, and belly like here from outside for movement too. And also we can find cytoplasm inside the cell, and the DNA, okay, wrapped together, forming circular DNA wrapped or twisted on each other, and this form called nucleoid, okay? So this is the shape of bacterium. And what are the characteristics of bacteria only? So characteristics of bacteria has no nucleus, circular DNA, as we saw here, as we can see here, the twisted rubber, like twisted rubber, okay? And no membrane covered organelles, no membrane covered organelles. A cell wall outside the cell membrane, as we saw that we have cell wall, thick cell wall outside the cell to protect the cell. And it contains the flagellum and plural called flagella. Okay, more than one flagellum called the flagella, and its tail-like structure that some bacteria use to help them move. So flagella used in movement. And what the meaning of non-membrane bound organelles? As we know that we have solid structures like ribosomes, okay, cell wall and cytoskeleton inside the cell, and because they are solid, they don't need membrane to bound the organelle, because the function of membrane, the protection of organelle itself. And now let's open page 196. Question number 7, why do you think bacteria can live in your digestive system without making you sick? You can think, it's critical thinking, you can think how the bacteria live in your body, especially your digestive system, without making you sick. So if you know the answer, raise your hand. Khaled? Yes, Khaled.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Maybe because it have other reasons that can survive in your digestive
Yes.
system.
Great job. Okay, you almost near the answer. Yes, because it's a critical thing. We just think about it as the bacteria has something to survive inside our body and not harm our body. And maybe the answer that as we get benefit from bacteria as vitamin B, and also we give the bacteria the shelter to live in. So both of us benefit from each other. We benefit from bacteria as one function in our digestive system. It makes vitamin B, which is necessary in our life. And also we give the bacteria the shelter to live, okay? Okay, you can write the answer. Take your time, you can write the answer with me. Page 196. Okay, so number 2 in prokaryotes examples called archaea. Archaea, okay? The singular called archeon, and archaea and bacteria share some properties. They have archaea and bacteria have similar properties because they are prokaryotes. So what are the similar properties? They have no nucleus, no membrane bound organelles, and circular DNA in the cytoplasm. Number 4, they have cell wall. So the picture for archaea, it's like similar to the picture for bacteria. And archaea have special features. So what are the special features for archaea not found in bacteria? Number 1, yes, it has cell wall and cell membrane, but the cell wall and cell membrane material, the material which form the cell wall and cell membrane for archaea, differ from the material which form bacteria. Yes, both of them have cell wall and cell membrane, but the material which form the cell wall and cell membrane, they are different. Number 2, archaea can survive at high temperatures. Okay, as they can found in volcanic vents, under oceans, toxic places filled with sulfur, and boiling water of hot springs. So they can tolerate the extreme high in temperature, and also can found in salt water, such as Dead Seas. But bacteria cannot survive to live in volcanic vents, okay? So quick check now, page 197, at the same page. 197, 9. Name 2 ways that archaea differ from bacteria. So, how archaea differ from bacteria? Raise your hand. Where is Johnny? Ritaj, where are you, Ritaj? Ritaj?
Yes.
Yes, Ritaj. Do you know the answer? How archaea differ from bacteria?
It lives in different places.
It lives in high extreme temperature, like volcanic vents and boiling water. Also, yes, the material for cell wall and cell membrane different from the material which form the cell wall and cell membrane of bacteria. Okay, Ritel, thank you so much. So here we can find that the cell wall and cell membrane material differ from those in bacteria, number 1. Number 2, survive high temperatures. Okay, now what are eukaryotes? What are eukaryotes? Okay, I can ask you before beginning to talk more about eukaryotes. Khalid.
Miss,
Yes.
eukaryotes are cells that doesn't have a nucleus.
Eukaryotes does not have nucleus or have nucleus like this picture?
لا have.
Yes. Okay, so focus please.
Miss,
Eukaryotes have nucleus. Okay, ask.
question 9, name 2 ways that archaea differ from bacteria. عادي
Yes.
تخلينا نكتب بس الأنسر.
You need to write it again.
Because you should answer and get to the other page.
Okay, so okay, I'm sorry. I'll bring it again. Okay, so here the answer again of last question. Name two ways that archaea differ from bacteria. Number one, the cell wall and cell membrane material differ from those in bacteria. Number two, archaea can survive high temperatures. Ahmed Khalid. Yes, Ahmed, do you have any questions?
Yes, I wrote it. Cell walls are made of different materials. Many archaea can live in places no other organisms can live. Miss,
Okay, yes, Ahmed, I'm sorry. Okay, again,
I
read it
wrote
again.
I wrote the answer of number 9. Cell walls are made of different materials. Many archaea can live in places no other organisms can live.
Okay, in places with high temperature, because bacteria found anywhere. Okay, you can find bacteria everywhere. Okay, but archaea can find it in severe high temperatures like volcanic eruptions or volcanic vents. Okay,
Okay.
be specific. The question here: how to differ between bacteria and archaea. Okay, so. And now, what are eukaryotes? Eukaryotes are cells or larger cells, larger than prokaryotic cells, and they are about 10 times larger than bacteria cells, made of eukaryotic cells. So the cell which form eukaryotes called eukaryotic cells, while the cells which form prokaryotes called prokaryotic cell. Okay, so prokaryotic cells may have one cell or many cells. As we said before in previous lessons, that one cell which is called unicellular, while many cells called multicellular. And yeast, okay, one example for eukaryotic cell which has one cell, with one cell only, concept of one cell. And multicellular organisms have more than one cell, like animals and plants. And now, cell types. We can make comparison between eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells again. So, eukaryotic cells, number one, contains a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. Okay. Number two, it's rod-shaped chromosomes. It's a chromosomes rod-shaped. Number three, found in all kingdoms except eubacteria and archaebacteria, because eubacteria and archaebacteria, they are prokaryotes, not eukaryotes. Prokaryotic cells does not contain a nucleus or other membrane-bound organelles. Number two, has circular chromosomes or circular DNA. Number three, found only in the eubacteria and archaebacteria kingdoms. Quick check, page number 197. 197. Number 10. Name two things eukaryotic cells have that prokaryotic cells do not. Two things found in eukaryotic cells are not found in prokaryotic cells. Yes? Adam. Adam.
Yes.
Yes. Two things found in eukaryotic cells not found in prokaryotic cells. Yes, Adam? So eukaryotic cells contain something not found in prokaryotic cells, like, okay, take another one. Khaled?
Um, Eukaryotic cells have a nucleus,
Yes.
and prokaryotic cells doesn't have a nucleus. And the
Okay.
eukaryotic cells rod-shaped chromosomes, and the
Great job.
prokaryotic is circular chromosomes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Khaled. Okay. So number one, eukaryotic cells contains a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. Number two, it has rod-shaped chromosomes. Okay. And now we can make like Venn diagram, the shape called Venn diagram, two circles inside each other. And in both sides, we write that the difference which is not found in the other one. And in between the intersection, we write the similar characteristics found in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes, okay? So let's start with prokaryotes. Here we can see the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Number one, prokaryotes has no nucleus. It contains circular DNA, no membrane-covered organelles, and prokaryote has flagellum. Okay, eukaryotes have nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, which are organelles, guys, lysosomes, vacuoles, mitochondria, cytoskeleton, all these organelles found in eukaryotic cell, not found in prokaryotic cell. And the similarity between both of them, both of them have cell membrane, contain DNA, ribosomes, and cytoplasm. Okay, you can take a photo for it, or you can write it now in your copybook. Hi, Mariam. How are you? Yahya, Sani, hi, Ritaj, Johnny. Who's Ali Anwar? You can text me, who's Ali Anwar? Please take the attendance. Ahmed, Adam, Abdurrahman Dashan, Khalid, Ahmed Abdul Halim. So please, Ali Anwar, you can change your name or text me to know who are you. Now you can write the Venn diagram, you can draw it. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, we have finished, okay, the homework section 1 review, page 200 in the green interactive book, and now time for questions. If you have any question, just raise your hand. Yes, Ahmed Abdul Halim.
No, I don't have. I was raising my hand to answer.
So can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Okay, so what's the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes?
Prokaryotes doesn't have nucleus, but eukaryotics have nucleus.
Yes.
Prokaryotics are one cell, like yeast and those,
Because
but
of one cell, yes.
Eukaryotics are multicellular. That means that it have many cells like plants and animals.
But remember, eukaryotes can be one cell or multicellular, okay? One cell like yeast.
Okay.
So yeast, it's eukaryotic cell, not prokaryotic cell, okay? Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, let's take another one. Khalid. Khalid? Khalid?
Yes.
Yes, what's the difference between bacteria and archaea?
Wait. Bacteria is
Yes.
بس مش فاكرها.
You don't remember?
didn't know.
The material which forms cell wall and cell membrane in bacteria and archaea, they are different. So guys, difference between bacteria and archaea, two things. Okay, bacteria, the material which forms the cell wall and cell membrane, both of them they are different. Number two, archaea can survive or can live in high temperature like volcanic vents and boiling water. Okay, so if we bring water with archaea and we try to boil this water to avoid any bacteria, no, we can find archaea. Okay, because it survived the boiling water. Okay, okay, let's take who's Ali Anwar?
أنا عمر يا ميس.
Hi Omar. How's
Hi.
it going?
Fine.
So Omar, please next time you have to write your name, okay? Because the attention. So do you know what the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
1 minute.
Just one thing.
Contains a
Which one contains the nucleus? Eukaryotes. Yes, contain nucleus. Okay. While it's not found in prokaryotes. Yes. You have anything? Do you know anything else?
No.
Okay, thank you, Omar. So, guys, okay, if you have any question here, please raise your hand. Do you have any question? Yes, Adam? Adam? Okay, so you don't have any question. Thank you, guys. We have Johnny here. Okay, Johnny. Johnny. Okay, thank you so much and thanks for watching. Please, you can do your homework, okay? And see you next session, inshallah. Enjoy this video.
خلصت الكوبي. باي باي.
Enjoy this video.